Open your kitchen cabinet right now. Grab any bottle of cooking oil. If it says canola, soybean, sunflower, corn, or vegetable, you may want to hear what comes next. These oils are in almost everything Americans eat. Restaurant food, packaged snacks, salad dressings, baby formula. They have been approved, promoted, and sold as heart-healthy for 60 years. The government recommended them. Doctors approved them. And now the US Secretary of Health, RFK Jr., is calling them poison. He says Americans are being unknowingly poisoned by the oils they cook with every single day. So who is right, your doctor or the man running America's entire health department? Today we are going to look at the actual science, not the politics. The science. So, what are seed oils? Seed oils are exactly what they sound like. Oils extracted from seeds. Canola, soybean, sunflower, corn, cottonseed, grapeseed, safflower. For most of human history, nobody ate these. They are a 20th century industrial invention. Before seed oils, Americans cooked in butter, lard, and tallow, animal fats used for centuries. Then in the early 1900s, Procter & Gamble invented Crisco, a hydrogenated cottonseed oil marketed as a cleaner, cheaper alternative to lard. It was a hit, and it opened the door to an entire industry. By the 1960s, the American Heart Association, partly funded by the vegetable oil industry, began recommending that Americans replace saturated animal fats with polyunsaturated vegetable oils. The science behind that recommendation was contested even then, but the message stuck. And over the next 60 years, seed oil consumption in America skyrocketed. The average American now consumes omega-6 fatty acids, the primary fat in seed oils, 10 times more than omega-3 fatty acids. In 1900, that ratio was roughly 1-to-1. That imbalance is at the heart of the entire controversy, why people think they are dangerous. Here is the core argument from seed oil critics, and it is not crazy. Seed oils are extremely high in a fat called omega-6 linoleic acid. Your body needs some omega-6, it is essential, but it needs to be balanced with omega-3. When you flood your body with 10 times more omega-6 than omega-3, critics argue the result is chronic inflammation, a low-grade body-wide fire that simmers for years and contributes to heart disease, cancer, obesity, autoimmune disease, and brain disorders. The second argument is about how seed oils are made. Extracting oil from a soybean or canola seed requires industrial chemical processes, including hexane, a petroleum solvent. The oil is then bleached, deodorized, and refined before it reaches your bottle. Critics argue this process creates toxic byproducts, particularly when these oils are heated to high temperatures during cooking, a process called lipid peroxidation that produces harmful compounds. The third argument is the graph that goes viral every time someone posts it. As seed oil consumption rose in America from 1900 to today, so did rates of obesity, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. The line goes up together, almost perfectly. RFK Jr. called seed oils one of the most unhealthy ingredients in American food. Trump's Surgeon General nominee, Dr. Casey Means, wrote that seed oils increase inflammation throughout the body. This is not fringe thinking anymore. It is inside the White House. Now the honest part. Because the science is messier than either side admits, a major review published in April 2026 in a peer-reviewed nutrition journal concluded that the data overwhelmingly supports the safety and health benefits of seed oils, and that claims linking them to chronic disease are without scientific foundation. The American Chemical Society says the chronic inflammation argument misunderstands how omega-6 fats work in the body. Most nutrition scientists argue that the real problem is ultra-processed food, and seed oils are being scapegoated for a much larger dietary disaster. But, and this is important, not every researcher agrees. Some scientists argue the long-term effects of consuming highly oxidized seed oils at the scale Americans do have never been properly studied. The clinical trials that cleared seed oils were largely short-term, industry-funded and focused on cholesterol, not inflammation, not brain health, not cancer. Sarah Berry, a professor of nutrition at King's College London, put it well. She said, "So many of the seed oil critics show graphs of rising seed oil consumption alongside rising chronic disease. But look at what else changed. Our entire food landscape is almost unrecognizable compared to 50 years ago. Is it the seed oils causing these health issues? Or is it the ultra-processed junk food that carries them? Here is where this leaves you. The scientific establishment says seed oils are safe. The US government's own health leadership says they are poisoning you. And the truth, as is usually the case, is probably somewhere in the middle, and more complicated than either bumper sticker. What is not in dispute? Americans are eating seed oils at a scale that has never existed in human history. What is also not in dispute? Rates of obesity, inflammation-related disease and chronic illness have all risen dramatically over the same period. Whether seed oils are the cause or a symptom of a broken food system is the question scientists are still genuinely arguing about. But here is the one nobody is asking. If the science is this unsettled, why did the government tell you for 60 years that it was settled? That question is worth sitting with. Subscribe and tell me in the comments, have you cut seed oils from your diet? Did anything change?